Hi, I'm Chris Wardlaw for CarGurus, and this is the 2019 Honda CRV. This year's CRV is the same as last year's CRV, which was the same as the redesigned CRV that arrived for 2017. If history is any indication, the 2020 CRV will get a few updates. In the meantime, this compact crossover remains one of the best-selling vehicles in America, and for very good reason. In this review, you'll learn why the CRV is so popular. We'll touch on the issues Honda's been having with the CRV's turbocharged engine, and I'll tell you which version of this SUV I'd buy if I were spending my own money. So stick around and let's go for a drive to discuss all things CRV. When you go shopping for a new CRV, Honda makes your life easy. You pick a trim level, you decide whether or not you want all-wheel drive, and if you're interested in optional upgrades, your local dealership is happy to add them. The base trim is called LX, and prices start at a reasonable $24,350. If you want all-wheel drive, you're going to spend an extra $1,400. From there, you can upgrade to EX trim for $27,250. If you want leather seats, you got to get the EXL, which runs $29,750. And the top touring trim level costs $32,750. That puts a loaded Honda CRV right in the same neighborhood as the average median price for a new car in America today. My test vehicle is a CRV Touring with all-wheel drive and molten lava paint. It doesn't have any dealer-installed accessories, so the price comes to $35,195, including a $1,045 destination charge. As much as I like my test car, the CRV I'd get with my own money is the EX. First, I like cloth seats, and the EX has them. Second, EX trim adds dark tinted window glass, bigger aluminum wheels, all of the key safety technologies, dual zone automatic climate control, and an upgraded 7-inch touchscreen infotainment system with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Third, the EX also has a more satisfying turbocharged engine. Fourth, with all-wheel drive, the EX comes in at less than 30 grand. Except for the front-end styling, I like the way the CRV looks. The wheels are a little psychedelic, but from the side or the rear, the CRV looks better than it has in, like, forever. Inside, the CRV Touring looks like a scaled-down entry luxury SUV. Yes, the wood trim is obviously fake, and there is plenty of hard plastic in here, but nothing suggests shortcuts taken. I'm even a fan of the transmission shifter's location on the dashboard itself. It frees up space for storage on the center console, while at the same time remains a traditional design instead of buttons or switches or knobs or, God forbid, some silly joystick that returns to center. Starting at the EX trim level, the CRV supplies a 12-way power adjustable driver's seat, including for lumbar support. The end result is an exceptionally comfortable perch behind the steering wheel. Heated seats are also standard starting with the EX trim, and you can get a dealer-installed heated steering wheel for $500. Over on the passenger side, Honda forgets to include a seat height adjuster. Now, I can't speak to how such an omission goes over at your house, but at mine, it can be a deal breaker. Personally, I think the seat sits high enough off the floor, but my wife doesn't. In back, rear air vents help keep passengers cool, and dual 2.5 amp USB ports keep teenagers powered up. There's plenty of room for 2 adults as well, or 3 kids. Cargo space is generous for the compact crossover SUV class. Honda says there's 39.2 cubic feet of cargo space behind the back seat, which is just 2 cubes less than the bigger Honda Passport. One of the nice things about the CRV is that you can put 4 full-size suitcases in there with the privacy cover drawn, and a compact folding stroller still fits. Clearly, a Honda CRV works for a family of 4. Fold the back seats down and you've got 75.8 cubic feet at your disposal. Again, that's almost as much as the bigger and more expensive Passport. Except for the base LX trim level, all versions of the CRV include a touchscreen infotainment system with a 7-inch display screen. It's got satellite radio, Honda Link connected services, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and more. Upgrade to EXL trim and you can get an embedded navigation system. Navigation and a premium sound system are standard with Touring trim. I'm glad Honda provides a power and volume knob for the system, but it could also use a tuning knob. I just went ahead and set all 12 radio station presets and used the steering wheel controls to cycle through my favorite Sirius XM stations. Voice control is available for numerous functions, but the system forces you to use specific prompts, which, if you can't remember them, also forces you to reference the screen, which seems to defeat the purpose. I think the CRV's voice recognition technology is basic and not extra. Unless you get the CRV LX, Honda also makes all of its driver assistance and collision avoidance systems standard equipment. Highlights include adaptive cruise control, lane departure warning, lane keeping assist, and blind spot monitoring. They work reasonably well, if not quite in as refined a manner as you might prefer. If you get into a wreck anyway, know that the CRV is a top safety pick according to the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety. Now, when it comes to driving the CRV, I really like this SUV. Like every modern Honda, it possesses genuinely enjoyable ride and handling characteristics, honed to an impressive state of perfection for the intended audience. By that, I mean that the CRV always feels secure, connected, and capable, but never at the expense of comfort. You feel the road, but imperfections aren't amplified to the point of irritation. The electrically assisted steering is a bit heavy, but never feels numb or loose. The brake pedal is calibrated for smooth but effective operation, regardless of the driving situation. When you upgrade from the LX trim level, you also get a turbocharged 1.5-liter four-cylinder engine, making 190 horsepower and 179 pound-feet of torque. Now, if you compare those specs to the tried-and-true 2.4-liter four-cylinder in the LX trim level, you might wonder why Honda bothers. Well, with the turbocharged engine, peak horsepower arrives sooner and torque is spread across a broad portion of the rev range. The result is more satisfying acceleration from a stop and response when you want to pass or drive up a mountain grade. The turbo is paired with a continuously variable transmission that, most of the time, doesn't behave like a CVT. Rarely did this transmission call attention to itself, and even when it did, I wasn't irritated. As far as fuel economy goes, I averaged 27.7 miles per gallon on my testing loop. The EPA thinks I should have gotten 29 miles per gallon in combined driving. There are a couple of things to address with regard to the CRV's powertrain. First, under specific circumstances related to very cold weather and repeated short driving distances, the turbocharged engine in the 2017 and 2018 model year vehicles can reportedly misfire or lose power because fuel mixes with the oil. Second, as you'll see in the comments section on the Honda CRV page on the CarGurus website, people appear to be having battery problems this year, and they're receiving little in the way of satisfaction from their local dealerships. Now, I can't speak to either of those issues because I haven't experienced them myself, so I reached out to Honda for comment, and this is what a spokesperson told me. Number one, they're aware of the battery issue and they're looking into it. And number two, in 21 states, Honda is solving the fuel oil problem by giving people an oil change and reprogramming the software. In almost every respect, the Honda CRV is exactly what people want when they go shopping for a compact crossover SUV. It's refined and roomy, enjoyable to drive and efficient, safe and equipped with the technology most people want without going overboard. Clearly, Honda has some work to do in terms of refining some of the technology and in restoring confidence in the turbocharged engine and original equipment battery. But otherwise, the CRV is just about perfect. Be sure to read my full review of the Honda CRV at CarGurus, and if you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. For all of us here at CarGurus, thank you very much for watching.